Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I got a question about doing some ducting from one of my subscribers. And so what I'm going to do is show you a couple of ways how to do ducting like this in this T38 here. And so yeah, I'll show you a couple of ways, and this is just one of the ways here in this T38 how I did this. Let's turn off some of this stuff so we can have a better look at it. Okay, we can turn off the wings too, all this other stuff. We don't need to be looking at that. And let's see here, the canopy, the nose. Okay, here we have just the ducts, the ducting, and the fan here. We don't need that either. Okay, now to do this, to get these like this, so you have ducting like this. Okay. And we have all this here. And I'm going to show you how to do this. This is not very difficult to do, but I'll show you how to do this. Let's start a new project here. Okay. Now how I did that, well, let's just do a make-believe fuselage here. So let's do a little design. And another line. Go ahead and delete this one here. And then mirror this line here. And I'm going to use a 3-point arc on the top. And a 3-point arc on the bottom. Okay. Finish sketch here. Then I'm going to extrude this. All right, there's our makeshift fuselage. Let's go ahead and make it a little longer though. So just come down here and edit this, stretch this out further, there, and click OK. And what I'm going to do here is split this in half, draw a line here. Well, before that, let's see here, before I split that in half, going to put a duct, or actually, let's say if we have an EDF fan unit that I want to put inside of here. So I'll create a sketch on this plane here. Use a circle. And move this down a little like that. Unlock that so I can move it again if I want to. Now we have that there. And what I'm going to do is finish sketch here. Extrude this forward a little. Let's say whatever size your EDF unit is, the shroud on the outside. And this is a new body. Click OK. Now I'm going to move this back. Come over here to the bodies. And this here. Well, first I'm going to take this one here and the opacity level, drop that down to 60. And then I'm going to move this back. Now, somebody even asked a question about should they design the duct first and then design the airplane, vice versa. That's up to you how you want to do that. If you want to build the plane around the EDF, that's fine too. Model your EDF unit in there first, and then go ahead and model the airplane around it. But what I do, I like to model the airplane first, and then while I'm doing that, I have the dimensions of the EDF unit that I'll be using, and I will just use those dimensions of that when I'm modeling to make sure that the EDF fits inside the jet itself. So, but anyway, we have this here. Now we have the EDF unit in here. And we want the intake ducting and exhaust ducting on here. So now what I'm going to turn this off here. I can leave it on all biggie. And the split ducting, what I'm going to do here on this plane here, create a sketch. And let's say you're using a 90 millimeter EDF fan unit and you want the exhaust. Now you can keep it at 90 millimeter, but for thrust and everything like that and everything, you can drop it down somewhere be like 10%, something like that. The exhaust, so 10% of 90 would be 9, and 90 minus 9 would be 81. So the back of this duct opening, I would have it between 81 and 83, the size of it. So if you have a split ducting 81 and let's just make an even number. Let's just say 82. So you would have the two, if you want a bifurcated ducting in the back, each one of the outlets back here should be 41 millimeters diameter since it's 90. So what we do, I'm going to take this. And now, this is not exact, but because I didn't draw this or sketch this to scale when I started, but just to let you know again, like if you're using a 90 millimeter EDF fan, or let's say you're using a 100 millimeter fan, then the ducting in the back, if you're using bifurcated, then 10% of that 100 would be 90. Then each of the exhausts of the bifurcated ducting should be 45. Like that. So, but anyway, this is just showing you guys how to do this. Oops, it's too big. I cancel this. Do this again. Okay. Now I have that circle there. Just go ahead and move it a little closer. It doesn't have to be that far out there. Okay. Now I can turn this body off here. Go ahead and finish sketch. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to use a loft. This outer here, or make sure this is zeroed out before you start. And new body, and click OK. And you have that there. But what I'm going to do here is go back and delete this. And I'm going to use a solid and loft. And make this a new body. Now it depends on, I mean, it's up to you which one you want to use, but I want to use a solid for splitting purposes from when I do the other one of these. Now we have that one there, and now what I'm going to do is use a mirror. Mirror this, and this is the plane. And we don't want to join this. I'll go ahead and join this. And click OK. And now you have your exhaust duct there. Okay. And we turn this body back on here. And now we have our internal ducting there. And the front is done the same way. So, say, create a sketch on this plane here. Circle. And whatever your intake is here, so if you have a 90 millimeter EDF unit and you have two intakes coming in, the ducting should be a minimum of each one of these, a minimum of 45 millimeters. It's like I said, if that intake is 90 millimeter, the minimum, the intake on the EDF is 90 millimeter, or if it's 100 millimeter. If it's 100 millimeter, then each one of these ducts up front should be minimum 50 millimeters for 100, and 45 for a 90 millimeter, and 40 for an 80 millimeter. That should be the minimum. But the more air that you can get in there, the better. And so let's just go ahead and put this over here. Like I said, this is not to scale as far as the diameter because I didn't, excuse me, I didn't start it like that. Okay, we can turn this body off. Oops, go. That's that, that's that, and that's that. And again, we're going to loft. Oops, loft. Make sure this is zeroed out. And it did that point again, no worries. And make this a new body and click OK. And again, just mirror this. And like I said, this is just one way of doing this. And there you have your internal ducting for this. And turn this off and turn this one off. And what I'm going to do now, create a sketch on this plane. Offset. And this offset is going to be whatever thickness you want your duct to be. And I'm just going to extrude this, cut. Same with this. Create a sketch on this plane here. Do an offset, this. And it just mirrored that circle. Click OK. Finish sketch. And we're going to extrude those two and bring that in. And we have our duct. Just make sure the circles that you sketch are from here to here, whatever thickness your ducting you want it to be, just move that into here or when you sketch it. And the reason I did it this way when I instead of using the surface loft, and so this loft, it's less cutting. I can just combine the two like this, like I did. So we have the back there. I turn this off and turn this one off too. And we can create a sketch on this plane here. Offset this. Extrude. And as you see, we have our ducting there. Now this is just one way of doing this. Let's look at another way of doing this. If you're let's say if you're using Fusion to do this like I'm using right now, you can come up here to create form, and you can actually just use a cylinder. and specify a center point. Let's just say it's here. Then whatever length you want it needed to be. Add height faces. Then you can edit all this stuff in here to get it to the size that you need it to be. So if we come out the front here, you take this and move this in and everything. And again, like if you need to move it to wherever, however you need it to be, then you can do that. So let's say this here. And you can stretch it around too and stuff. So again, that's just if you have it using Fusion for this, then you can do that by using the form and make your duct like that. And for surface modeling, turn this off too. Say like, let's see here, go back to this. Turn these off. And turn this little piece off here. Okay. Now, turn the canvases on here. Turn the airfoil off here. Okay. Now, to do the ducting for this is one way of doing this. I'll show you here. We're going to put a offset plane and move it back to wherever the ducting you want it to start at. I'm just going to put it right here just for demonstration purposes and click OK. Okay, and I'm going to put a another plane to where the EDF is going to start. Let's say it's going to start right here. Okay, we have our two planes there. First, going to create a sketch on this plane here. And I'm going to use fit point spline. Okay, whatever shape you want this to be, I'm just following this around here. And go ahead and finish sketch. Now, I'm going to create a sketch on this plane here. This. And wherever I want my EDF in the center to be, so I want it here or somewhere. And I want the outside diameter to be 90 millimeters. And go ahead and finish sketch. Turn sketches back on. But let's see here. I want to move this back. I drew it on the same plane. And say about right there. Click OK. And same thing, we come up here to loft. Loft this. Pick that point again. We have that. But I went to the wrong point here. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and go back. And turn on that last sketch. Or I put that at the wrong place too, on the wrong plane. But no worries, so just move it. And move this up front here. And I don't know why that won't move, but no worries. I'll just do that sketch again. So on this plane here, create a sketch. Well, actually, I don't have to cancel that. Hit project that onto it, and finish sketch. Now we have that up front. And we loft that again. And click OK. Now we have that in there. Then we just mirror this. And there we have our duct. And the back one's done the exact same way. Now, other ways of doing this, let's take a look. Go ahead and delete this. We don't need it. We have this here. And we can cut this duct out of this or make this hollow and have the duct inside of it. So let's go ahead and do that. So first, let's go ahead and just cut the ducting out of here. So this body here, and turn the opacity. I can leave it like it is. So we come up here to combine. This is a target body, and these are the tool bodies. And select Keep Tools, and click OK. Now turn off these ducting. Now, like I thought, it didn't go all the way through here on the ends, which is no problem. Let's cancel this and bring the opacity back up here. Show you what I exactly mean here. So if I turn all these off, then I come up here to inspect section analysis. This is not all the way through here, like I thought. So we turn these back on. And the reason that it didn't cut in there, you're probably wondering, is because, I'll show you here. Edit. See this right here? I had this to join. Need to move this a cut. Okay. Now turn off these. And now you can see that cut inside there. Inspect this, section analysis. And now you can see that cut in there. Okay, now that's one. Cutting it in there like that. Now, if you 3D print this, you would not use any infill if you needed this duct inside of here when you're 3D printing it. But if you want to put it in here, the duct itself, then what you can do is just when you 3D print this, if you're going to 3D print this, just print this with zero infill, and this duct that will be inside of here. All right. What else can I talk about ducting here? So we talked about the lofting with the surface modeling of it by drawing the actual shapes of it, then lofting to the next one. I showed you guys how to use the forms with it and how to cut stuff out of the fuselage and everything. So that's pretty much it for ducting. I don't know what else to try to show you guys how to do here. I showed you guys how to do this here, and the back one's done the exact same way. And how to cut this out. Oh, there's just one other thing. Yeah, okay, this popped in my mind. So another way you can do this, let's just create a sketch on this plane here. And use a fit point spline. And so your duct has to be some strange, something, I don't know, let's just say something like this. Finish sketch. Now you can use the pipe command. That's your path there. Now, whatever thickness you need your pipe to be, or the duct itself, let's just say 40 millimeters. And click OK. So, again, there's another way of doing that. And let's put a line. Let's put a line right here. So, create a sketch on this plane here. Okay, finish sketch. Now I'm going to mirror this. Use this as the mirror line that I just put here. Okay, it's got to be a plane, no problem. What we do here is construct and use plane at an angle. Select this. Keep this at 90 degrees. Select OK. Now, come over here to create, mirror. This is what we want to mirror, and select the plane is this, and join. Click OK. Now we have those two, and I want to join them closer. Okay, just say we have something like that. That's another way of doing this. Ducting by using a spline and then using the pipe command. Yeah. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Just wanted to show you guys a few ways of how to do the ducting inside. So one way we did the drawing the shapes and then lofting. The other way I used the create form here. Another way I used a pipe command of doing that also. So yeah, but anyway, that is going to do it for this video. And some of you guys are probably thinking about this T38 that I did here. And I've been working on this T38. I showed you guys how to model a T38, and I had a larger T38 also that I 3D printed, but I really hadn't done much work to that. And this one, it's a little smaller, and let me just go ahead and close this here. Don't save. And open it again. Oops. Okay, this T38 here that I've been working on. And I showed you how to do the internal ducting and stuff like this and everything. But this one here is smaller, takes a 90 millimeter EDF fan, and I just have just a couple more sections to work on. getting the structure inside and everything. And then this will be available for my Patreon people to purchase, or you can just purchase it and don't have to be a Patreon member. But this will not be STL files. This will be my F3D file from Fusion for this. So then you can do whatever you want with the files, but it will be set up for a 90 millimeter EDF. And you can just go ahead and 3D print it if you want to, or you can adjust the files and everything how you want them to be and stuff. So that's going to be up to you if you decide to purchase the F3D file on my Patreon site. But this is it so far that I've been working on. And so, yeah. But anyway, it's going to do it for this video on internal ducting and stuff like that. Yeah. And also, I want to let you guys know that I want to do this as my full-time job, teaching you guys how to model airplanes and all that kind of stuff in Fusion and CAD and everything. So if you can, support my channel by just subscribing at the minimum, or you can send a super thanks or join my Patreon site. And if you have any questions or anything about anything you see on my channel, just ask me over on my Patreon site, or my leave a comment down below, or join my Facebook group. And my Patreon and my Facebook group are called CAD Will Fly RC. So yeah, go over and have a look, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Subscribe for more.